Hi guys! It's an incredible time to be preparing to launch a career in marketing communications. You're in a great place there at USC to do just that. I can tell you that I learned a tremendous amount from Professor Wozniak, so I know you're in good hands. I hope you're as excited as I am about the changes taking place in the industry because disruption is happening everywhere and there's lots of room for new and creative ideas to experiment with where you can make a huge impact. Professor Wozniak gave me an opportunity to speak with you for a few minutes and share a bit of advice and perspective on marketing communications based on my experience. So a little bit about me. My name is Bryan Corbett. I'm a director of international operations at the Walt Disney Company. I graduated from USC Marshall EMBA last year, and I've been working in digital media for about 25 years. I started out in newspapers and advertising. I worked in broadcast TV, and then I moved into online and interactive pretty early on in my career. I was at NBC and produced some of their very first websites. Then I moved to Disney, where I've been working on websites, games, mobile apps, social media, and digital marketing campaigns. I'm currently working on my most exciting project yet, the launch of Disney Plus, the new subscription streaming service for families, debuting later this year to compete directly with Netflix and Amazon. Right now, we're a fairly small team navigating Disney's make or break transition from old to new media. My focus and expertise is in global expansion and international operations. I spent 7 of the past 11 years based overseas in London, focused on Europe and partnering with other regions. And right now, I'm leading international operations within the content and marketing group at Disney Plus, supporting the upcoming global rollout. Let's talk about marketing communications and how that's been changing. The changes that are going on are a major turning point. They're historic. Marketing communications is going through unprecedented transformation right now, driven by digital disruption, changing consumer behaviors and expectations, risks and regulations related to security and privacy, changes in how brands engage consumers, the experiences consumers are looking for, the adoption of new technologies, and the role of data insights in measuring effectiveness. Marketing and advertising has become extremely focused on social, mobile apps, in-store experiences, influencers, video, and all of that happening in total coordination, being omni-channel. The role of marketing leaders is vastly different than it was 5 years ago. How? Well, marketing leaders are much more focused on digital and leveraging data-driven insights. They're driving and are accountable for more overall business growth, which means the CMO has increased in importance within the C-suite relative to sales, operations, technology, and others. The CMO's role is increasingly overlapping and partnering with that of the CTO and is responsible for driving major decisions on technology, strategy, and investments. Here at Disney, our marketing teams are constantly monitoring developments, investigating and adopting new third-party tools, or driving our technology groups to increase capabilities in-house in order to remain competitive. These are all changes that can be felt dramatically over the past 5 years. So what are the top challenges in marketing communications in the near future? 3 things I'd like to highlight. First, marketing communications activities have become very integrated with the platforms where we engage audiences. So staying on top of the frequent and significant changes that regularly take place on platforms is critical. Tweaks in algorithms on Facebook or Google can dramatically impact how you perform in search or how often your content appears in a user's feed. New partnership programs from platforms like Twitter or Instagram can drive significant exposure and new business. Disney has gained a lot from participating in platform business partnership programs such as Facebook Anthology. And so it's critical to stay aware of platform changes. Second, be where your audience is by identifying and adapting to new and emerging channels. If you're a smaller business, this should be easier in that you can typically be a little more nimble. But at larger companies, it may be more difficult to justify those investments with more stakeholders and approvers involved. And third, anticipating new technology disruptors coming around the corner. For example, AI-powered voice search and voice-based operating systems are forcing marketers to completely rethink search and much of their strategy. All right, let's talk career advice for a moment. 3 things I want to bring up. First, change happens. Embrace it. Be aware of how people around you perceive your reaction when change is going on. In the immortal words of Ice Cube, check yourself before you wreck yourself. I always see a few individuals who feel the call to join the resistance, but let me tell you something. They're not generally around next time change happens. Second, be passionate and curious. Learn everything you can. Go out of your way and ask how things work, even if it's not obviously your business to know. One of the best pieces of advice I was given was to just put your hand up. Volunteer, take on new things, even if you think you're already busy. You can always do more. I completed the EMBA while working full-time, and I have a family with 2 kids. I surprised myself when challenged on how much I could stretch and accomplish. Doing this is what builds your personal brand. It gives you exposure, and I can almost guarantee it will lead to your next job. And third, finally, the future is data-driven. Get comfortable with it. Get into the weeds. Develop a healthy dependency on it. Make it part of your personal culture. Challenge yourself to leverage data in more and more sophisticated ways, because marketing communication is not a gut game. I'd say this is the key area where we at Disney have something to prove. We don't have a technology and data-driven culture in the way that Netflix or Amazon does. Our challenge is to quickly become that as we pivot from a traditional B2B model dominated by relationships with cinema exhibitors and cable operators to relationships direct to consumers dominated by first-party data. How quickly and effectively we accomplish that will have a lot to do with our overall success. Pivoting to streaming, including acquiring Fox for $71 billion, eliminating the major revenue streams from content licensing to Netflix and other distribution windows, is the biggest gamble the Walt Disney Company has made since deciding to build its first theme park. So we'll see how it goes. So that's what I have for you. I feel like we're at the epicenter of so many shifts. There's a total reset going on right now. You all have the opportunity to bring a fresh digital natives perspective to marketing communication when there's a lot of opportunity to apply it. Good luck, and thanks, Professor Wozniak, for the opportunity to speak with you. Cheers.